JKB back with another episode. Today I'm reviewing Flinthook for the Xbox One. It's actually available for everything, but some odd reason Microsoft sent it to me and they're like, check this game out, it's really cool. And I thought, okay, I will. And I know I'm late on this one, but I eventually got to it. There's a lot going on that I'm trying to do on the show here. Reviews, videos, and all that crap. But this is a roguelike adventure game that I've never seen anything like it before. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I mean the elements that come together in this create something very unique. This is essentially about a little pixelated pirate who's decided that he's going to ravage and essentially loot all these different pirate ships that are floating around in space. So if you know what a roguelike game is, this means you are going to go into a procedurally generated environment every single time each of the ships shows up on screen. You choose which one you want to go into, and it plays a lot like Castlevania meets Metroid, you know, one of those types of games. You have a hook that is your special ability, which allows you to hook onto the whole level. So if there's anything that's hanging from the ceiling, you can hook onto it and get through the mission quickly that way. Controls really well. You also have the ability to go into slow motion, which is going to be very valuable in this game. You also have a blaster, which is just, you know, one of the most important parts of the game. This allows you to defeat the enemies within these procedurally generated rooms. The point of this game is to collect bounties. So you're going out there and trying to get bounties and finding these kooky characters that are on these procedurally generated ships. So at the beginning I was like, what is this game? I have no idea what's going on here. You have the ability to also connect perks to your character before you go into each of these ships. That is definitely something you have to pay attention to, because they can be anything like powering up your gun, or powering up the distance it shoots, or powering up your character itself, taking more hits. It's very important that you pay attention to the skill set that you put onto your character before you go into these rooms. And as somebody who absolutely adores Shovel Knight, this fits right into that level of game. I really do feel like the devs here spent a lot of time on the animations. The game looks spectacular. It controls really, really well. However, one nitpick I have to say, you can't use the analog, so I should say the D-pad, to control your character, and that's understandable because you're using an analog stick to get very precise, detailed movements on where you want to put that hook. So if you want to shoot directly up here, you can do that with the analog stick. With the D-pad, you can't really do that. So of course right away I realized, oh, I can't use the D-pad. Then I realized, oh, I see why I can't. That makes a lot of sense. As you go through the game, you're leveling up your character, you're getting to bigger and better procedurally generated ships that are showing up on the screen. The rooms may look familiar, however, you're going to notice right away things have changed in certain rooms. Enemy types sometimes have shields on them that you have to take off with your hook first before you're able to kill them, or some of them might be, you know, the ones that hold all of the power in the room, so you can't kill the enemies like the little minions until you kill the mid-boss. There's so much loot that's all over the level. It's very important you're collecting this loot because you're going to use that to buy upgrades for the game itself. So in saying all of this, it's one of those little games that came out of nowhere. So if you're a fan of the Castlevania or the Metroid Prime, the classic one of course, you're gonna really enjoy this game. It's a lot like Rogue Legacy. If you like the roguelike types of games, this is absolutely a must-own. I'm gonna praise the hell out of this game and say the devs did an amazing job. So as your friend, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 and tell you, if it's available for your system, which I believe it's on all of them, you gotta go pick this up. It's one of those games you'll spend a lot of time, 2-3 hours playing, and time just flies by because you're having a blast with it. All of the abilities coming together, the hook, the slow motion, and the blaster, those three elements put together really do create a unique experience that I adore this game. So thank you so much for watching. Definitely check it out if you can do that. If your friend has it, check it out. Thank you so much for watching. If you know if you know in your heart you love me, subscribe, because it gives me this money. Because when you watch the video, I'm able to eat donuts. So thanks for doing that for me. See you on the next episode of JKB.